Welcome to the Explainer. So, if you're using AI regularly, you absolutely know that frustrating Groundhog Day feeling, right? You open a new chat, and here we go again. You have to re-explain exactly who you are, what your tech stack is, and all your specific formatting preferences. Honestly, it's exhausting. But today, we're going to break down an intermediate feature that literally eliminates this repetitive grind. We're talking about generating memory from your chat history in Claude.
Just think about a project you've been working on for, say, the last 3 months. Every single time you sit down and open a new session, you're starting entirely from zero. You're retyping the same instructions, the same constraints, the same context. It's just a massive drain on your daily workflow, isn't it?
And the impact of this is actually staggering. To put it in perspective, the average knowledge worker wastes time repeating the exact same context to Claude across over 24 sessions every single month. Dozens. I mean, just think about all those hours lost simply typing out a preamble before you even get to the real work. Well, this feature basically collapses all that repetitive setup into a single automated process. Okay, let's dive into exactly how this works. The Generate Memory feature basically reads your past standalone conversations, and it automatically extracts key facts, things like your preferences, your specific context, and those recurring goals of yours. Claude then synthesizes all of this into a persistent profile. And the best part? It checks this profile at the start of every new chat, so you never actually have to write the summary yourself, and it updates automatically within 24 hours as your preferences naturally evolve. This absolutely transforms your daily workflow. So instead of manually typing out, hey, I use Python 3 and I prefer really concise answers, every single time you log on, your new sessions just begin with full context. You type a simple prompt, and Claude's very first response is already perfectly tailored to your unstated preferences. It just gets straight to work. Now, as amazing as this is, there is a potential pitfall you need to watch out for. We call it the stale constraint trap. So imagine a developer who just spent, say, a few weeks using Claude for a legacy project that specifically required Python 2. Now that project is completely finished. But because Claude learned those old constraints, it inexplicably starts generating outdated code for brand new projects, adding these legacy compatibility shims that literally nobody needs anymore. And that introduces a really critical need for routine maintenance. But don't worry, the fix is super fast. It takes maybe 2 minutes. You just go into your settings, select capabilities, and click on View and Edit Your Memory. You find that old Python 2 entry, give that pencil icon a click, and just update it to say something like Python 3.11 plus, no legacy compatibility, and hit save. Easy. The exact moment you make that quick little edit, your results instantly transform. You ask Claude for a new script, and boom, you immediately get clean, modern Python 3 code with zero legacy shims. So the big takeaway here is that memory is an incredibly powerful tool, for sure, but really only when you actively prune it to keep that profile sharp. Now, you might be wondering how to manage different types of work. Well, you can effectively compartmentalize how this memory is applied. So general memory covers your routine, standalone workflows, but if you're working with very specific clients, you'll want to use project memory, meaning what Claude learns in client A's project stays completely isolated right there. And for those highly sensitive, maybe one-off tasks, just jump straight into an Incognito chat so absolutely zero memory extraction happens. So what does this all mean for us? Well, the ultimate takeaway is this. Memory doesn't make Claude smarter. It makes Claude accurate, much faster. A carefully curated memory profile is essentially a superpower for speed and efficiency, letting you just skip the preamble completely. But remember, a neglected profile that's packed full of stale entries, yeah, that's going to cause you way more headaches than having no memory at all. If you want to explore this feature even deeper, I highly recommend checking out the full chapter on memory over at claudemaster.net. It's packed with a few more worked examples and definitely some more pitfalls you'll want to avoid. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to think about. How many hours are you truly willing to waste repeating yourself this month when you could literally just teach Claude once? Thanks for joining this explainer. Happy building!